Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Diane Brooks, and thank you so much for stopping by. If you hear any noise of something being hit, it's upstairs, and I think they're doing some renovation. So please kindly bear with me. But anywho, how have you been? How is life? How are you doing? How are you enjoying this life? I mean, is life lifing as it should? We're in the last quarter, and is this the last quarter? Yeah, these are the last 3 months of the year, child. And bruv, and how is life? Thank you so much for being here. Obviously, you already know what we're going to talk about, and I want to address issues like things that I feel like life has been throwing at me. You understand? So I felt the need. Eh, nakuna baridi, by the way. Am I the only one who's feeling cold? Eh, I need a cuddle bad. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. Asante Sana for the time that you take to watch my videos. I do not take that for granted. If you're new, please like, share, and subscribe. Make sure to leave me a comment as well. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. I always reply to all the comments. Okay, thank you so much. And let me just dive right into this video because I want to talk about the things that lessons from my late 20s, but this is more of like what life has been teaching me lately. And this stems from a point of growth. It stems from a point of life lessons that some have beat my ass, some have been very detrimental in my life, depending on the choices that I've been making, and such and such and such. So, thank you so much for being here. I am so delighted to have you over. And if you're new, please like, share, and subscribe. I cannot emphasize that enough. We are on the road to 1K subscribers. I want by the time the 31st of December fikas, nikuwe nimepata 1K subscribers. That's 1,000 subscribers. And guys, you can help me get there. You can help me get there. I just know with your help, it can happen. Sindio. And of course, with the help of the Most High, everything will be made beautiful, right? Great. I don't know. Am I audible enough? I don't want to shout because I feel like most of the times I shout in my videos and yeah. Okay, so lesson number one is that you need to love your body right now. As I shoot this, it's Thursday, and I just posted a photo of TBT. A photo of TBT. I will insert it here as a matter of fact so that you see. I was in campus and I think nilikuwa fresh. Yeah, semester one. I think ilikuwa 1.1. Crazy. And I look so small. I look so tiny. I look so naive. And I'm like, God, how in the world did I ever feel like I was big? Because I grew up a big child. I told you I was among the tallest peoples in the class. I was among the biggest like babes in the class. And I grew up a big girl. I can't remember a time in my life I was small. And me looking at my photos previously, I was like, oh my God, how in the world did I ever think that I was small, like I was big? And who made me feel like I was big? It wasn't even right. So, gals and boys, please love your body right now because you will thank it, like you will thank it later. Just love your body because if you do not love your body, you will regret not loving it. And I feel like sometimes I regret not loving my body enough the way I should have loved it. Yes, I loved my body, but I feel like I don't know. There was just a thin line for me to just it was very thin. It just took one comment and I could be in the dumps with my self-esteem. But I'm learning to embrace my body in the nature that it is, in the beautiful shape that it is. I love my body as it is, and this has helped me grow towards developing a healthy lifestyle. Like you all know, I've been working out, I've been working my ass off. I went back to the gym. So I'm working out a good one, not the gym as in the literal gym. I just went back to training because I train in the house. I like to train by myself. I am a morning person and I would rather train by myself because I don't want to interact with other people's energy in the morning. That's basically my main reason. I like my mornings calm. I like my mornings my mornings quiet. So I cannot be in a space where Atrina is shouting at me in the morning. Please just I can't. Not gonna be me. Anywho, so guys and ladies, just love your bodies. Okay, just love your body as it is because it's fully functional at the moment. And I'm learning even as I grow older, I need to pamper my body a lot more. Like I'm one who would think now I need massage, and I would get it because it feels like my body doesn't have the strength to be like Sina. I know I sound like a very old woman, but I am not. But I am not, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful to just. Aki, my bestie has just sent me a cute message. But anywho, so it's so you need to love your bodies. Just love, especially if you're in your early 20s. Just love your body now because you will regret in future if you do not love it. So much about loving your body, right? Okay, the other thing is that vibing till whenever is a thing. This quote, my boyfriend and I saw it a while back. It was vibing till whenever. Let's vibe till whenever. And it made so much sense to me and to him, and it's so important for you to just vibe till whenever. This saves you a lot of time wasting, a lot of energy. It saves you a lot of time as well because vibing till whenever is basically, for me, I took it in a romantic space, even in your friendship space, because you can vibe with someone till whenever, and then you vibe with them. Like, it doesn't, all I'm saying is it doesn't have to mean that, I mean, it doesn't have to be that you vibe with this someone till forever. You can vibe till whenever, because sometimes you outgrow people, sometimes you outgrow things, sometimes you outgrow your old habits, sometimes you become a better person or you become a bad person. I don't know the case, but my point is vibing till whenever is a thing, and it's so important that you make merry, you make hairy, you make hay while the sun shines. So make merry with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones, with your sweethearts, with your romantic partners, whoever it is that you have a relationship with. Enjoy that relationship, like live in the moment. And I think that's the real meaning of vibing till whenever. Like right now that we're still working out, we're still having a good time, we're still working things out together. We are still growing together. Let's do it until we cannot. You understand? So for me, vibing till whenever is such, like, I feel like I need to tattoo it on my body for some reason. Those words mean so much to me, and I am learning to just vibe till whenever, even if it's friendships. Yes, we were vibing, we were having a good time. If you fall out of place or if you fall out of love with these people, it's okay. It's not the end of the world, okay? But make sure you seize the moment, because these moments do not last a lifetime. Memories will, but that particular time with that particular person will not last forever. And even as human beings, we're not going to last forever. So for me, it's just to encourage you to live and vibe till whenever, right? Okay, point number three. Oh, I feel the need to also explain why. I feel the need to explain why I am doing 10 things. So we'll be doing like a 10 things series for this month. A 10 things series. So 10 things that you don't know about me, 10 things that life has been teaching me lately, 10 things that da 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 da, 10 things that da da da, 10 things that da 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 da. That kind of setup. That's how we'll be working it out. Okay, so the other thing is choices have consequences. And I know in high school we were told this so many times and it did not make sense. At first, when we were in high school, our teachers used to tell us, your choices have consequences, and then they punish you. It's so crazy because it just used to be like one of those sayings that teachers like to say, one of those things that maybe your peers like to see. Choices have consequences. And I feel like right now is when I'm learning like the real consequences of like basically the real meaning of that saying. Like choices of that phrase, choices have consequences. That for example, if I choose not to save right now, in the next 2 years I'll be miserable. If I choose not to, and I think this one had was really linked to my financial decisions. And let me just give an explanation based on my financial like the financial part of my life. Choices have consequences. Why did I say this? I said this because choices have consequences. For example, if you decide not to take insurance, 10 years later you will have babies that needs school fees whatsoever. 10 years later or 5 years later, you will have goals that would have really thrived had you put up a fund to help you with that thing in future. If you do not save, if you do not invest your money in treasury bills, if you do not invest your money in shares, if you do not invest your money, if you do not save your money maybe in circles, like you will basically have nothing to show for the life that you have, like for the things that you have done in this life, because we work so hard. And paying ourselves is something that we do not do. Yes, your boss will pay you, especially guys who are business owners. It's so important to have a fund, to have an income, but also have that money saved for yourself as a form of paying yourself. There's a book called, I don't know whether it's The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari ama ilikuwa inaitwa nani. Yeah, it talks about paying yourself, and it's so big about paying yourself because paying yourself equivalent to the efforts that you've been putting in that business, or in that job that you've been working hard for. So if you do not save, if you do not put that money away, then that money you will need to sell some things in future for you to be able to get that money that you require. And there is this thing that I read somewhere. I think it was from Brian Tracy. If you buy things that you don't need right now, you will have to sell the things that you need for you to be able to buy the things that you need. You get what I'm saying? So basically, choices have consequences, and if you choose to not pay attention to what your financial wellness looks like, it's gonna bite your ass. Okay, you need to get your life together, especially if you're in your 20s. Mi naongea na wasi wa over 25. Of course kuna lessons za under 25, but guys of who are over 25, guys, we need to talk, because what is this economy? My God. Anywho, and to me, that when I wrote that, I was like, I think this is just basically for my financial wellness. Like, justice have consequences, and even as I tell you this, even as I share my sentiments about this, even as I share my sentiments about the lessons that I've been learning lately, I feel like I'm also talking to myself, because man, like, what, as in, guys, you understand? So when I say choices have consequences, that's basically what I meant, okay? And this translates to everything else. You understand? Like, if you decide not to work out in future, what's gonna happen to you? You're gonna end up a very unhealthy adult who will be maybe having diseases. You don't know. You just don't know. Like, you already know what will happen if you do not work out. You already know what will happen if you're not leading a healthy lifestyle. And it's so sick because some of these things we are told, but they're like, you just brush them off. You're like, I'm young. I don't need to hear about that. That kind. Man, gosh, I feel like I YOLO'd a lot now that we're talking about life. I feel like I YOLO'd a lot growing up, like as a 21-year-old or as a 19-year-old. Because I started making money kitambo sana. I started making money kitambo sana. And if you ask me those years nimefanya kazi, I show you what I have done with my life. I can only explain that nimegrow to like as a person I've grown, like nime develop, yes, na grow. Of course, health wise, size wise, kila kitu. And I feel like this is when I'm learning, like the financial lessons are now kicking in a good one for this one. I know last year I kept complaining about adulting and all and all and all, but I feel like this year financially I've had to make decisions that are very sober. Like, you, hey, ukiwa ukiwa in your late 20s, all you want to do is save up all your money. Hata utaki kufanya anything na pesa, but it is what it is, and I'm so glad I'm doing it when I'm here, because it would have been sad kama ningerealize hiyo nikiwa 40. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, the other point is that life is hard, so you need to choose your hard. Life is hard basically, and I don't know why our parents never made it so clear to us. You see, the way they used to beat us to kivunja vitu, I wish that is how they taught us about life in general, you know? As in, life is hard, guys. Life is hard. This goes to my babes or my friends in campus, and I need you to know that life is really hard. If you're in high school, if you're in campus, just know when you get out of high school without a plan, your ass will be hooked by life. And life is not joking to it, and life is not fair. Do not be lied to, because you know what, life is not fair, because good people, bad things happen to good people. Okay, so you would say, life is fair because good things are happening to just good people. Everyone would be just forced to be a nice person, but that's not life. You see life, you're in life, and your mom or your dad taught you. But out here, life is not fair, fam. So why am I saying life is not life is hard and you need to choose your hard? Uh as an adult, obviously you have bills to pay, and bills are never gonna go anywhere, and that is not something you can escape. That is another reality that I had to suck it up last year and learn that, by the way, you have bills to pay and they have to be paid, because if you do not pay anything, then you're gonna be kicked out of that house because you don't own that house. Like, it's so crazy. It's just like that, black and white. Okay. And when I say life is hard, I mean to say that you need to choose your hard. For example, I went to employment, and I've been self-employed. I have been self-employed for the past 2 years. So which one would I rather? Both employment and self employment are so hard, but I would rather be self employed, because then I am making my own decisions. Like, I'll be liable in case of any stupid decision I make, or in case of any good decision I make. You understand? So to me, employment is my heart. Okay, and for my friend, for example, it would employment is her hard. You know, like, life is generally hard. Nobody lied to you that everything will be brought on a silver platter, or God will drop money from heaven for you to get it. No, no. And I think for a very long time, I was those people. I was like a joyrider in life. Be like, yeah, we can do this, we can do this, yes, we are gonna work out. But I never used to actualize. I never really used to actualize the thing that I said that I'm gonna actualize. I would say, hey, wacha ni work out. Naanza 1 week, ama nafanya 2 days in a row, and then the next day I stop. But right now, right now, I gotta do it. I have to do it. I am developing the muscle and the discipline to do the things that, as in, to embody the human being I want to be. And just know that if you're a youngin and you are making some tunes, please save up your money. I know it sounds like I don't know. I wish, and I feel like this is something I will teach my kids, that, baby, even though you have this money, I've given you 100 bob. Please save 20 bob and spend 80, because I feel like that is one of the reasons why some of us are in so much debt. Some of us are very miserable. Some of us are very hopeless because, and now I'm back to financial planning, guys. Nilikuwa financial advisor. So, anywho, yeah, so life is hard. So choose your hard. Okay, that's all I'm saying in layman's language. Language to kidogo, like just choose your hard because if you're not careful, you will lose so much time just trying to figure out what you need to do, and you don't have that time, to be honest. Okay, the other thing is that uh, you need to set boundaries, and boundaries have been something that, oh, boundaries have been something that has been very, I remember growing up, people would hurt my feelings and I'd feel like this person has really crossed my boundaries, but I could not communicate because I'm mimi ni INFJ. My personality trait is INFJ, and my temperament is choleric. So I'm usually very headstrong about things. When I make a decision, I've made it, and I'm gonna make sure that that thing has been done. But uh, when it comes to the other side of me, which is INFJ, like just being scared of, you are an advocate and everything and everything and everything, but you're not able to set boundaries because you're scared of confrontation, okay? And I'm an introvert on top of that. So confrontations were not my thing. And to me, confrontations meant conflict. Like you have to be conflicting with someone, like you have to be fighting with someone for you to be able to confront this person. And that's very true because many of the confrontations that happen, they're usually out of a fight and such and such and such. But but being able to confront an issue is something I've had to cultivate as a grown up, and as an adult lately, because setting boundaries will require you to be confrontational. You need to be confrontational for you to be able to set your boundaries and for you to be able to even articulate your boundaries. And that's a trait that I never had. And now that I've learned to be now that I have learned to be confrontational, I am able to set my boundaries. This cuts across the spectrum. This is for your friends, for your family, for your siblings. Family obviously caters for siblings and everything. For your colleagues, for your employees, for your employer. You need to be able to set boundaries because these are the small things that will make you feel respected and appreciated in any space. For example, one of my boundaries is that do not call, and I know I've mentioned this before. Do not call me ulikuwa umeenda out mahali and then you had no plans of coming over and then you get stranded and that's when you call me. Well, I will accommodate you, but the next morning we're gonna have a conversation because what are you doing? Are you stupid? Ulikuwa umeenda out na una place ya kulala, why didn't you call me in advance when you were sober? You know, those kind of things, and they will require you to be articulate and they will require you to actually say it as it is, unfiltered, because when your boundaries are crossed you become a very unhappy person. And knowing, like the person I am, I love to be a happy person, and most importantly, to have joy in my heart. I don't want to look at you and resent you because you crossed my boundaries, and I don't know how to explain. I don't know how to come forth and tell you, um, you've had my feelings, or you overstepped, or you understand that kind of thing. And boundaries are so important. You need to set your boundaries. Okay, that is point number one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that was point number 6. So we are headed to point number 7. And number 7 says adult friendships are difficult. Guys, I've grown up with people that I adored. I adored these people, and we become adults and we became totally different people. Like, I can't even explain myself. I cannot even, like, myself. I have other juniors I could explain aje. Okay, adult friendships are so difficult. So I just needed to paint a picture for you. Like, I'm sure even for you, you've had friends who you were so close growing up, but then right now you don't even see eye to eye. Yeah, so that has been my story, and I've had to pick up friends where I am, like where I am in life, and depending on the season I am in life. Do I have friends who have stayed throughout the seasons? 100%. Do I have friends who have gone when life got tougher? Hell yes. Do I have friends who just pop in here and there once in a blue moon? Hell yes. And it's not easy for you to keep up with everybody. And I feel like I'm saying this respectfully. It's because life happens to all of us. Tumepata watoto. Some of us have kids. Some of us went abroad. I mean, they went overseas. Some of us got married. Some of us are religious people. Some of us are employed, some of us are unemployed, some of us are self-employed. Like, it's a whole dynamic. And I am realizing that keeping up with adult friendships is not easy, especially if they live away from you. Gosh, it's so tough to keep up. And wow, it's just so tough to keep up with friendship. And I know I have a video about friendships on this channel, so you better make sure you go and watch it. And to me, why did I say adult friendships are hard? It's because I'm not able to keep up with all my friends. I have friends, but I have so many friends, and some of them I would call acquaintances, but I have friends who I would invite to events and they would show up for me. But it's not been easy to keep up with everyone. It's been very difficult. But I'm just I'm genuinely just embracing life as it comes. I'm there for the ones I'm able to be there for. I am I give a hand where I can, and it's not easy because even me, I have a lot. Much, kuna these friends who think that when you don't have a child, there is nothing going on with your life. But child, me personally, I have a business. I have businesses I'm running. I have things I need to think of. I have a YouTube channel that I am trying to grow. I have pages that I'm like, I have a lot on my plate. And sometimes your friends may not understand that. They would be like, you're not. And it's so sick because I'm thinking, aren't you growing as well? Kwani, you don't want good things for yourself. And all I'm just saying is that adult friendships are hard. If you have more points about adult friendships, please leave it at the comment below. And then the other thing is that, yeah, while we still talk about friends, is that the real ones stay. The real ones stay through thick and thin. Man, I've had babes who share my deepest, darkest secrets, and they flaunted Ukokwa streets. And I've had people who have shared very intimate moments with very very candid conversations, very personalized conversation, very very me conversations, conversations revolving around my life and the things that I've done in this life and the kind of advice I'm looking for and such and such. And I just know the real ones stayed. The real ones are still in my life up until now. And that's why I was saying just vibe with someone until whenever, until you can't anymore. Because there are some points, there are some there is a point in life that you will reach that you'll not be able to be vibing because now your values are not the same. And that is life. That is life. Just know the real ones will stay regardless of what you're going through. And I know I talk about time a lot, and time waits for no man. That's point number 9 as I wind up. And time waits for nobody. For example, case in point, this year, I just want you to take a minute and reflect on what you've done for yourself this year. Just count 3 things that you said you're going to do at the beginning of the year or on your birthday that you haven't done. Just 3 things. And you will see that really time waits for nobody. You said you were going to hit the gym, babe. Why are you still eating five chapatis? Why are you still not training? Why is your body still the same like it was in January when the year started? Or that time when you were working out so good? And time waits for no man is hitting me so hard because honestly in a year and a half, in a year, actually in a year, and I'm gonna turn 30 when I'm 28 right now. It's like 2 months to the end of the year, plus now 2024, and then another 2 months. So I have 1 year, 4 months remaining for me to turn 30. And you should know that thought has not left my mind. And I'm like, yo, I'm turning 30. What will I show for my 30 years of living on this earth? And I know that's a lot of pressure I'm giving and expecting from myself, but I need to be where I am going. I need to be on the way to where I am going. And of course, I've put up structures to help me get to where I am going. But I feel like had I started earlier, I would be actually where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? So time waits for nobody. And to realize that, I'm turning 30 in 1 year, 4 months is it's shocking. It's really shocking because that is putting me on toes. And I know people will think that I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself. I think I'm ready to absorb that pressure, and I'm one person who likes to work under pressure that I have given myself, not pressure that somebody else is giving me. That I feel so I don't have the strength to do anything when someone else pressures me. But for me, if I remind myself that I only have 1 year, 4 months, I'll be able to get my shit together and get to where I want to be. You understand? Great. So the other last point, I've been talking about money, and it feels like most of these lessons are in line with my financial wellness. And these are, but still, these are lessons that I've been learning lately. This is what life has been teaching me lately. And the last point is that you need to save your money. Aki, save your money. Save your chums, child, because if you do not save your money, utakuwa hao watu wenye wanaretire wanasumbua watu wakiwa wazee, because no one can employ you. You didn't put savings away. Your kids are not doing so well for themselves because you decided to take them to shitty ass schools, and you decided to not impart very good life lessons on them. You'll be a very miserable retired human being. And I am also learning with people in my life. And to be honest, I don't want to retire and be miserable. Sitaki kabisa. I do not. I do not. And I know right now people will be telling you, I'm retiring in 40 years, babe. 40 years zinapitanga very fast kama hakuna kitu umefanya. So please just save up your money, take up insurance. Kwanza insurance, please take up insurance. Insurance, I know you're told it has life benefits. Screw that part. Just take up insurance to help you grow discipline. You understand? To help you grow discipline of your finances. You'll be able to save. Kama kila mwezi, kama for example, let's say you'll be saving 3K. Every month, 3,000 bob is katwad from your account without you knowing. And best believe in a month, 3K is something you can be able to save, especially if you don't have babies. 3K is something you can be able to save. Please save it up because in future you will need that cash. You will need that cash. So better just work hard and save your money. And I know people will be like, oh, the economy, the economy, the economy, but I am learning there will always be something to save. Best believe that hair that you do every 2 weeks, do you need to do it every 2 weeks? Cut the expense. And a salon, kana nywele the whole month. What else? What else? What else? That's airtime for nini, for data. Those two small miscellaneous costs. that airtime for data that you keep nini, that you keep buying every day, every day, every day, subscribe on a monthly plan. Pay 3 Gs so that you're able to not like buy a lot. Because I used to buy like 100 bob worth of data every day. That's what? That's 30,000. That's 3,000. Cynthia, because it's 100 bob times 30. Yeah, that's 3,000. Okay. And this is just for data. How would you account for? You have not accounted for your what? You have not accounted for the calls that you have made. I'm a business person. I need to make calls. Like if you do the math, you will realize you've been missing a lot. You've been using your money not so wisely. So please just make sure you save something. Pay yourself. Literally, Sema, pay yourself for Koju. Just pay yourself. And paying yourself means setting apart some money that will help you in future. Okay, hata kama ni 500 bob, save that 500 bob weekly or monthly depending on however your money looks like. Just make sure you put some money away for your own good, because you will need that money. You will need that money. Okay, and that said, I know these are real life lessons, and this is exactly how my life has been lately. I am learning and learning and learning and learning, and I love that I am learning this at this time, because kuna watu learn hizi lessons wakiwa in their 40s. You understand? Kuna watu learn hizi lessons wakiwa in their 50s, and you don't want to be that person. You understand? So yeah, it's easier said than done. Always remember that. But when you put your mind to do it, you can actually do it. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Also, I would like to know, what has life been teaching you lately? What is that lesson that life has been teaching you lately? And let's engage in the comments, shall we? Fantastic. I've been your girl, Diane Brooks. Thank you so much for watching this video. I have to love you and leave you because duty calls. Bye.